They say marriage is built on trust, on truly knowing the person you choose to spend forever with. What no one tells you is that sometimes the real danger doesn't come from your partner, but from the one who raised them. I was sitting in the dark in our bedroom, watching Ethan sleep. His face was peaceful, unaware. But my thoughts were anything but. My mind kept drifting back to that weekend, the weekend I met his mother for the first time. I'd been nervous, chalking it up to the usual pressure of impressing the in-laws. But deep down, it felt like something else. Like my body knew a truth my heart hadn't caught up to yet. "Relax, babe. She's going to love you," Ethan had said. The front door swung open before we even rang the bell. There she stood, Veronica. Poised. Impeccable. Her eyes didn't just look at me, they examined, dissected. "So this is Alicia," she said, lips barely curling into a smile. Something in her tone felt less like a welcome and more like a test. That weekend appeared normal. At least on the surface. But beneath the pleasantries were subtle tensions, measured silences, too careful words, and glances that lingered just a beat too long. I caught her watching me during dinner, her gaze resting on my mouth as she poured the wine. "You're more delicate than I expected," she said softly. Later that night, after my shower, I found a silk robe laid out neatly on the bed. Veronica appeared in the doorway. "I thought you'd want something more comfortable." Her eyes didn't hide it. There was a hunger there, unknowing, and it terrified me. The next morning, she invited me into the city for shopping. Trivial chatter passed between us easily, like nothing had happened. But I knew. At one point, she stopped, looked directly at me, and said, "Ethan never told me how beautiful you are. But then again, he's always had good taste, like me." I forced a smile. Inside, something was shifting. Later that afternoon, Ethan stepped out to meet a friend. I told myself I'd stay in the bedroom. But thirst, or maybe curiosity, led me downstairs. Soft jazz floated through the living room. Veronica looked up from her seat, her smile slow and certain. "Couldn't sleep?" she asked. "No," I replied. "Wedding nerves," she mused. "They make you question everything. But sometimes, it's not your future husband that leaves you restless." She stepped toward me. I should have walked away. But I didn't. There was a pull, something invisible and undeniable. When her face leaned in, slow and deliberate, I didn't move. And when our lips met, I didn't stop it. The kiss started soft, unsure. But it grew hungry, charged. Just as quickly, it shattered. Click. The front door. We jumped apart. Ethan stepped in, beaming. "Mom, Alicia loves seeing you two getting along." Veronica tucked a strand of hair behind her ear, composed like nothing had happened. "Alicia is delightful. Hard not to adore." I stood frozen, the taste of guilt and desire still on my lips. Now, back in the dark bedroom beside Ethan, I finally saw the truth. The danger wasn't just a reckless kiss. It was the slow-burning desire for the one woman I should have never wanted. A desire that could ruin everything.